Ouch. I forgot this one. Okay, anyways. Now we're good. Dope. Let me know if you guys are here. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. There was no sound. I got it. But now we should be good. We're good, right? Hopefully, yes. Okay, yes. Dope. We're gonna wait a little till people start to join in, and then we talk. How it's gonna go down is first I'm gonna give you like general thoughts of the whole wildcard season, of the wildcards, of how I approached the ranking. I will show you my ranking from 1 to 20, and then we can unleash the hate comment. And I'm ready to answer any kind of questions, any kind of debate. I'm open to debate. I'm not open to throw shit in either direction. If you have good verbalized and interesting questions, it doesn't have to be interesting, but if you have a question that, look, for me, Looper X was way better because he did this and the other not. Why not for you? This is something that I can work with. What I cannot work with and what I cannot answer to is like, why X and Y is not in? Oh my god, robbed. I can't do shit about that. So yeah, hey guys, yo Mix in the chat. Hello, Necron, what's up? The sick, I guess. Noworthy, hey, KFP, yo, Fox in the Box, hello. Mix of us showing some Hungarian, dope. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm open to talk. I'm not open to talk from emotion, because that was the biggest thing for me this year, to remove any kind of connection, emotion, prejudgment, let's say it like that, from the equation. Because of course, as years go by, I make connections with people, I make connections with loopers. With some it's stronger, with some it's not as strong because we don't spend as much time together. With some we have events together, with some we just really vibing on the same wavelength. And my first question this year, where I was actually just offered the spot of judging, is how am I gonna take this out of the equation? How am I going to judge clearly on what I hear and what I feel, and not get involved in my personal connections with people, because it is what it is, right? My personal lack of connection with people, because it is what it is. And also the people pressuring others, and there are some commenters who just decide to say like, oh yeah, if you don't put him, I'll sue you, or whatever, you know the style of comment and the type of comments that I'm talking about. So my first idea when I was offered to judge, and actually they offered 3 categories this year. First year I judged only 1 category, then 2, and this year 3. This was my first thought, how to remove myself. So how I try to remove myself is, first of all, multiple listens. Obviously that would have been anyways the case, but every listen I try to dissociate from who is doing the wildcard and just clearly listening to the music. First, I watched a lot of videos with you guys here. First, I always watch with the video, And actually, we talked about with this about KBA, and he said that he will do watch a lot of times without the video and with the video, so it's both perspective. And I think he's got a good point, and it ring in my ears when I was trying to remove myself emotionally, that okay, let's watch it without any kind of looking at the video. That's another perspective, but mostly my approach is just giving myself as many perspectives as I can, so I don't rely on any kind of emotion about the person, but more as objective, but obviously in a sense subjective thoughts, because it's my thoughts and not a universal thoughts. We're still talking about art, right? So I cannot be 100% objective, because if I would be objective and all the judges are objective, we would all have the same list. Just for until even more people join in. Hi guys, and I'm happy you guys are here. Just for you guys, I would be interested. Can you give me a top 5 or a top 10 list, please? In the comments, let me know. Yeah, let me know, guys, your top 10. I would be interested to see. Hello, Frosty. AVH is here. Beautiful. Sia Chongi. Yo, Saijo is here. Amazing. Congrats. And Frosty, congrats to you also. This was a hardcore job, right? Yeah. Is Mark one decrease points in his score sheet? Hell no. It's all about the music. I don't care about the equipment. Yeah, apart from judging what's next, for me, yes, I'm gonna release like a lot of shit. Oh my god, this cable. A lot of shit. A lot of releases coming starting in May. Like, so much. Yeah, finally. Hi Josh, congratulations. Yeah. So again, these are the first general thoughts, and again, I would be interested to see top 10s, because I saw some top 10s, obviously in my stories, when people sharing like, oh, my top 10 is this and that, and what I see that it's far from objective, because everybody is so different. Everybody's list is so different, and especially this year, top 2025 easy in for everybody. It's not about you if you are not worthy or if you are worthy. It's more about the little details that I decided on. Some placements for me was quite obvious. Actually, my first 4 plays, I was super secure in like very short time. And then I had actually a lot of point equalities also, but points is just points, so whatever. I want a list that I'm resonating with. And I had a lot of equal points and a lot of wildcards, sometimes even 4 of them, that I would put the same ranking for, but of course I can't, so I have to do something about it. And I did like listen to them back to back and try to compare little details, little things. And then I realized that even the details this year is not working. This approach worked last year, but this year it just can't. So it was more like about coming down to how complete I feel like not an artist, but a wild card is. I know I will show my list very soon. Thor says Nils, Dice, Joshua, Saijo, Martin, Benati, Biscuit, Juno, Mahiro, Leonard, and Cardona. Okay, nice. I can tell you that it's Mahiro at 10 is traumatizing. Oh, wait till you see my list. He's lower in my list, and I have a good reason for it. And it's super sad because Mahiro was amazing. and like my heart was bleeding when I was basically doing my list, because I'm like, fuck, I want him to be in, but I can't. And he, in my opinion, did more on this and this and this. And also, overall, the whole song just feels more cohesive, more conscious thoughts, I feel, more conscious approaches, I feel. Then we have a Josh, Dice, Mahiro, Saijo, SUO, Biscuit, Mesa, Unhinged, Juno, Martin, No Order. This is a very different list. Not very different, but at least 3 different names popping up. Then Josh, Mahiro, Saijo, Biscuit, Dice, Nils, Unhinged, AVH, Martin, Benati, and SUO. Okay, nice. There are some differences there too. Top 5, Nils, Dice, Martin, Benati, Saijo, Mahiro. Okay, top 10 is impossible. Exactly. Even top 20 was like traumatic. Mahiro was a painful one for me too. Yeah, for me too. I'll show you very, very soon where I placed him. Yeah, Nils is here. Damn, congratulations, bro. So yeah, Mahiro was really, really hard for me, and I'll explain why I placed him lower. Same that... Yeah, you know what? I'll show my list, and then we start to talk about it. And if there are people... with more detailed questions, I'm answering that. Okay, I think Joshua's Wildcard, just by hearing, not as good as others, but his style and unique looping is really good. For me, Joshua ranked first, I can tell you. Okay, let me show you my list, and then we keep talking, and then let the shit flood begin. So, what I want, I'm gonna show you my list from 1 to 20, okay? And what I want from you guys, to read it first, then read it second, then read it third, then then ask questions, okay? I'm happy, and I'll, in the meanwhile, I'll just start to explain from the top to the bottom of the top 20 why I decided how I decided. And when you have further questions, let's just bring it in and let's talk about it. But please, let's talk about it, okay? Boom, there's my list. Okay. A lot of things in the chat. Okay, so this is my list. Read it. I pop it up here for myself too, and I start to talk about it. Okay, so Josh was first. First, I want to talk about top 5 for me. Actually, top 6, because that was quite obvious what I wanted in the top 6. Joshua first. What I felt like that his approach of complex musical ideas, and now even complex sound design, very clean mix, very clean ideas coming through, basically. Never. No, you could be my top 5. Unhinged not detected. I think he's in top 25. Yeah. So talking about Josh, he is just overall felt very, very, very consistent on everything. I saw the vision, I was led through the vision, and enjoyed it so much. It was really, really cool. Same goes for Dice. Very, very conscious decisions that I felt that not many can do throughout the whole song, from moment 0, last moment. Like, yeah, just that's it. Nils, the same thing I felt with him. The reason he placed 3rd and not 1st or 2nd is simply because Josh's and Dice's composition for me was overall more cohesive, and Nils's were a little bit more a different approach of flowing, and this flowing approach is super hard in my opinion to do. that well that it can compete with a more, ABAB kind of structure thing. But he did amazingly good, and it was no question for me that he has to be in top 3. But listening a little bit back to back, I decided that this top 3 in this order I'm super happy with. Now there's the next top 3, which is 4, 5, 6. That's Saijo, Cardona, and Juno for me. Here I needed a lot of re-listens again just to decide their order within this 3. So basically, can we get the reason for no Unhinged in top 20? Yes, actually I remember his horsing around, and I just felt like that this 20, even 25, you know what, I'll check it for you. Where is he? We had to do 25, so that is in order, and from there it's not exactly in order, so you have to give me a second. Okay, here's 21, 2, 3, 4. Unhinged for me, 24. He made my 25 list. So what I felt like that he's just not showing as much as the others. That easy. Basically till 30, that's the thing, that it's really fucking good. Like, really enjoyable. Really, really, really good. But in details, in matureness, in everything else, I felt like the others showing more. Let me get back to explaining the list. And I can read my comments because I had a feedback for Unhinged, and we can watch his video and we can have more feedback on it if you want. That's what we're gonna do after I talk through my list, and yeah. But this is the main reason. So, Saijo, Cardona, and Juno. I didn't know which order to put them. Then I decided for Saijo being 4th because his approach, his sound, even compared to himself, but that doesn't really matter for me. But his sound, the sound designs, the vibe of the whole track is just something super different, and a hard route, just like Nils, that he took, and he did so damn well. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Then Cardona. The first part, basically he had like a 2-part song, and again just a different approach. The first part, I didn't like the mix of it, but I liked the vibe, I liked the uniqueness, I liked the energy, I liked the little solutions, I like the little vocal eds that, like, ska, like, you don't have to do those things, but they are there, and they are adding so much, and that's super cool. And the end, and how he transitioned to the end, which is a super hard transition, to be fair, it was just so beautiful. And the vibe, the harmonies that he's bringing, the vibe that it gives, the little details on the vocals, it's just something that I felt like that almost nobody else can compete with. And since he took a hard route, and since on the first part I didn't like the mix, he was ranked a little bit lower, but I still really felt like he has to be up there. Juno, a little bit same. What I didn't like about his wildcard is a little bit the structuring and the transitions. Maybe not even the structuring, but the transitions. Yes, I'm going to get to Mahiro in a second. Wait. I'm just going in order, and we're going to get to there. And it will make more sense, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, just one sec. So, you know what? So many questions. Maybe I don't go this route, and maybe I'll just... Okay. Okay, let's talk about Mahiro, because... yeah. Mihail, just watch your tone, okay? saying Joshua boring as fuck, like, sorry, bro, but one more comment like this and you're banned from my channel. And I don't care if you're a subscriber. I don't care about anything, but just please, come on. This is a respectful chat. Either you join it or either just no. It's your decision. And it's okay that you don't like Joshua's music, but forming opinion like this is not welcome here. So please apologize, and if you want to comment, just do it differently or you'll be banned, and that's it. So, Mahiro in the 19th. Let's look at who's above Mahiro, and maybe that's gonna give a little bit more context. So, Jimmy, AVH, Leonard, Biscuit, Duncan, Shinex, Skellem, Mace, LFO, Mr. So, Martin Benati, Mesa, Juno, Cardona, Sergio, Nils, Dice, Joshua. I love Mahiro's music, and I think he is someone deserving to be in GBB. But what I felt with his wildcard is that he's doing what he's doing very well in that wildcard, but I felt like that kind of uniqueness that most of the above mentioned 18 ones have, it just doesn't have. I heard these textures a lot. I heard this vibe a lot inside and outside the community. I have to say also I didn't like the drum mixing on Mahiro's wildcard. That's the only like actual critique that I can give. But the other is that simply he was just getting bumped down because I felt like that the people above him giving something more original, which is the hardest thing. Even Martin with the cover, we're going to talk about that in a second. If I skip, it's boring. Just nothing changes. I don't know, Mihail. I don't like your vibe. You get 5 minutes timeout, and if you're like a kid, bro. Just I just put you in the corner, timeout 5 minutes, and if you chill, then you come back. Cool. Dope. Yeah. I'm just losing track of these comments, man. It's okay. I was still talking about Mahiro. Yeah, I just felt like that style that he's representing is, even if it's not a direct cover, and I heard that it might be a direct cover, is something that even if it's him, I just felt like that the others showed more of untapped things. Even Martin with the cover, and we're gonna talk about that. And yeah, it's basically, that's the reason, because he was higher originally. He was around 12 or 11, I'm not sure. But the more I listen other stuff, and he just kept bumping down. Basically, yes. Yeah, originality is 40 points, which is a huge part. Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's my take on Mahiro's wildcard. And again, just please listen to this. For me, the top 25 at least is just super into GBB, like easy, whatever. By the way, I'm happy to tease you a little bit, because there's always like this thing going on that, oh, it's so close. And for example, now Juno and Mesa in my list, I don't remember who was on the average job list, but they are the runner-ups, and Martin in my list, whatever, but they would be just so close, right? Now we have a solution, a little bit of solution with Swiss Beatbox for that, and you'll see soon. Yeah, that's it. It's not a cover. Okay, still, it really feels that genre represented on its how, I don't know how to say it, most what is the word? What is the word? The most stereotype. That's it. Stereotype way, which is in a sense amazing that he can do it. But compared to the originalness of the others and the detailed vibeness of the others, which are not exactly tapping into one existing stuff but bringing other stuff in the table, I just felt like that this is just kept going down for me the more I listened. And yeah, and I listened to these a lot. So yeah, it's not a cover, more heavily inspired. Listen to it. Oh, you talk about Martin. Okay, let's talk about Martin really quick. It's interesting. Somebody's saying Jimmy's Wildcard is a banger, at least the second half. And for me, Jimmy is 18, and a lot of people not even talking about Jimmy. So this is what I'm saying, that the more you want to argue about why is it a good or bad thing, just accept it that there are different point of views, and I'm here to explain my point of view. They said one true God. I see you. Listen after the stream if you want to. Yeah, I can listen to it maybe now. I don't care. So yeah, Mahiro is inspired and not a direct cover, but very inspired. Well, the sound of it. AVH. Okay. Let me know when you're back and we get to you too. Okay. Much love, AVH. Bye. It feels like saying half is a cover is a disingenuous to how much the parts he ripped actually matter to the track. Look, guys, it's not about if it's a cover. It's about how you approach a cover and how it sounds you. And there are, let's say, I'm really into drum and bass music, and there are so many producers in drum and bass doing a really good job making good drum and bass music. But always the ones start to rise who have their own approach and still they sounding modern drum and bass. And even the big names are dropping tunes that are into trends, but you can definitely feel their take on the trend. And the point is that Mahiro's Wildcard is sounding like the trend itself and not for me. He's not sounding like Mahiro approach on the trend, but he's just doing that kind of thing. And still I'm saying, and don't forget this please, that in my opinion he would be super deserved in GBB. If he would be appearing on the top 5 lists, I wouldn't have any complaints. He's amazing. He's doing so good. He's produced that. I remember that Reeps bass that he did, which was like 5 seconds, but it sounds so good from a fucking Mark II. He's so good. So it's not really about you trying to convince me that he deserves it. I really do agree that he deserves it. But bro, look at this top 20 list. If you listen to these wildcards, each of them at least 3 times, I think you're qualified to really talk about as much as objective stuff as possible. If not, then saying disrespectful, putting Mahiro 19, what is disrespectful about my opinion, which I can back up? I don't think it's disrespect. What is disrespectful about me saying that Mahiro is a GBB level looper? Is that disrespectful? I just think that this year was mental, just super fucking mental in terms of variety, and we are talking about art. Wow. It's just super, super, super crazy to see and to talk about this many different approaches, styles of music, compare them and put them into a list. Like, phew. Phew. Okay. Whoa, Chess saying that, but in that line of thought, I'd argue Niels Wildcard didn't have a clear self-identity. It was obviously amazing, but I really felt like a Robin's successor track. For me, it has nothing to do with Robin at all. Not with the vocal style. He's got more like a trappy, mumble style, auto-tune vocal compared to Robin, who's just raw and passionate. It's, I think, the opposite. Just straight on the vocals, which is the main element in both of their music, and they are super different, in my opinion. So yeah. Oh my god, so many. Sure. Wow. So many comments. I try to lead. I don't care about the MK1 or MK2. If you make good music, it's produced well, sounds good, whatever, you do it whatever you want, with whatever you want. Okay. I'm trying to read the comments. Okay. Why do people compare Niels to Robin? Because they sing. I don't know. Yeah. Of course, Ayub. Yes, I think so. Many judge in their preference, and that's fine. But Unhinged in this stream, you're 24th for me. So I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, I wanted to talk about Martin. Yeah, exactly, Martin. Because Toxic says, if Mahiro looks like other stuff, then everyone has something in common with real music genres. Yes, of course. That's what I was trying to explain before. That for me, he feels like I don't see his stuff in there as much, and still think that he's a super worthy looper for GBB. I just feel like the others managed to do something different and better in terms of competition and originality. So, what? Somebody's misunderstanding me, but the comments jumping so quick. Raw mumble style for... No, mumble style for Niels and raw for Robin. Mumble style 100% for Niels with the auto-tune. Sometimes you don't even understand the words he's saying because that's the mumble style, whatever. And, you know, with Robin, with no autotune, just straight on raw voice. Come on, like, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Martin. What he did musically and looping wise is outstanding. In my opinion, that would be top. I think I would have ranked him like 4th or 3rd, maybe. No, 4th. I think was super happy with my top 3. 4th, but I listened to what he calls a rework, and for me it's more like a cover. The more I listen to both of the originals, because one is the original track and the other one is a cover by Moite. I don't know if that's the way to pronounce them. Meute, right? Yeah. And there are just so many things that are borrowed from that And yes, he reworked it, but the idea itself is from that I couldn't place them higher than 8th. Although looping wise, efficiency, how quick he builds the voice, the singing, oh my god, he's got such a good voice without any auto-tune. Really characteristic, really taking care of where the line's going, which line is loud and which line is quiet. Yo, Pac-Max, you're the final boss of judge and referee category. Thanks, man, really appreciate it. And thank you for the dono. Much love, Pac-Max. Thank you. So the thing is with Martin is that he had so many really, really great stuff. Wait, Unhinged, just wait a second and we're gonna, since you're here, we can listen to your wildcard and give like direct feedback again on every second if you want, and I can compare it to others. So just wait a second. Yeah, just wait a second, okay? So I was talking about Martin. Yeah. So, for example, he has that part when he goes with the throat bass, like, and you know, the beat is going on. In the Moite version, that's basically a brass playing the same idea. Just little things like this that I hear that how much he borrowed, and yeah, reverb because it's not a brass tone, but it's a throat bass. I get it. But he just cannot go any higher than that. However clean, efficient, and technical is he with his voice and with everything. But, for example, the voice, which is, in my opinion, most of the times when there's vocals in there and it's not auto-tuned, obviously it's going to go a little bit higher because that's a skill that nowadays I feel like that the technicality on loop is almost like for the top 30, 35, we don't even have to like compare because so many different techniques, so many different approaches, and one is not harder than the other. The outcome is what is more important than how hard is to execute the button pressing. That is way more important than how it sounds, right? And vocals and beatboxing are still skills that if you put in there and you do it great, of course, it's something to take into consideration, in my opinion. You're not going to win a competition because of that, but still something to take into consideration. Whether you're singing with autotune, whether if that autotune all the way is like, you know, like glitching as fuck, or if you're using your voice only and no autotune. But some people, not this year, but the year before, using their own voice without auto-tune, but it's not sounding as refined yet, so they lose a lot of spot because that technicality wasn't greatly executed. But when somebody's singing as good as Martin, that's obviously an extra, for sure. And he's not just singing good, but he's singing expressively. Something that, for example, Saijo is excelling on, that I was reacting on that when he's singing, it's so conscious about how long he holds the note, if that note is sang softly or more harshly. So you feel like it's personal preference. Wow. I'm just giving you so much things that I don't think is personal. I think these are definitely, how can I say this? Legit points to compare stuff on. What is subjective and objective for you then, Toxic? I would be happy to hear. And yeah, there are 3 judges. That's for sure. Yeah. Again, Unhinged, just wait a second. I see that... oh my god, so many comments. Oof, wow. Of course it's different, bro. Lamb or Elhamb. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Sorry, help me. Lamb? I guess lamp. Okay. Of course, it's different, and each year you're gonna watch all judges' scores, and it's gonna be different. Just a matter of fact, if I would ask you Lamb and ask you Chaz and ask you Drea and ask you Toxic and whoever in the chat to write down your top 20, you're gonna be surprised how, like the animal. Okay, yeah. You're gonna be surprised how different they are, because again, no matter how objective you try to be, it's still your point of view. So I think how I can call it, and I said this to people, that this is subjective objectivity, because it's art. There's no one criteria. There's no, like, especially beyond the level. Yeah. Hello, KPA. Yeah. Yeah. Well, after GBB25 for wildcard ranked. For me, Afra 2024 wildcard ranked quite high. But he didn't do this year, so I don't know. Where did Scrapper, Omega, Rusi, and Taro place? Wow. And it's objective in the range. You have learned to critically listen. Of course, but that's why I am a judge, right? Because I have 2 international titles in Loopstation, a second place GBB in crew. I'm a musician for over 10 years. I played with jazz bands, I played with metal bands, and I do electronic music. And I played huge festivals like Siget Festival. I played main stage in Siget Festival. And Swiss Beatbox decided to trust me with this issue because I have my achievement and I have my background of music that they think is valuable enough to take the place of a judge. And I'm not going to be sorry for that. For sure. And I have to trust my ear, which I've been working on every single day for the past 15 years. And if it's not enough for you and you say that you do better, go for it. 100%. Then why do almost all top 5 I have seen have Mahiro in them, even from other judges, but yours doesn't? Because I thought it differently. Because my point of view is not their point of view. And I try to be objective as much as possible, but from my perspective. Because that's the best I can do. I'm not here to figure out what you want. I'm sorry. I'm not here to figure out what the mass public wants and who they want to be in. There's always someone supporting someone who's like super not in, and they have the most comments of, yeah, he's in. Do I give in to that comment and put that person higher because they feel like it has to be high and I'm not? Like, have you, for example, Toxic, now that you brought this up, did you listen to all of the wildcards? Every single one of them, I mean. Every one of them. And did you listen to these wildcards that you made a top 25 list and you re-listened at least 3 times both of them? Just a yes or no, it's enough. So let me know, please. Yeah. Snoopy says, if I give you my top 20, there'd be placement that you would find to be absurd too. Hell yes. Yeah. So, Toxic, if you had my... So, you were ranking on different scales compared to the others, though. We have the same criteria, and also it says that it's a guideline. I every year read the things. I give all the points and then I adjust the points because sometimes the points don't reflect what I think there should be there. And yeah. No, I did not watch all 100. I watched like 80, and yes, I did make a top 25 and re-listen multiple times. Would you be minding put here your top 25? I would be really interested. And I don't know what it means that you're listened multiple times, because you know it could mean anything. And I would be really interested to see your top 25 and see where we meet, where we don't meet, and maybe even have a debate about it for sure. How can you explain Duncan's ranking? I think 14 is good, but it's hard to pinpoint what went wrong in an objective way. It was weird. He was so technical though. Duncan has a really great understanding of the machine for sure. First of all, there's a criteria of showmanship. I don't take it as necessarily showmanship, but more like energy of performance. These are rage bait comments. Ignore these kids, man. They are just instigating. Yeah, of course, that's fine. But I'm happy to deal with it because that's why I'm here as a judge. Thank you, Animo. But that's why I'm here. So let's talk it through, and hopefully we can manage to have less emotion and anger-driven stuff when people see more through the complexity of judging art. Like, it's absurd in the core of it, and until people don't understand that, we're gonna have these debates. But I'm here to, you know, try. Yeah. More pleasant question. Are you happy with the official top 10? Yes, I am. I'm super happy with the official top 10. Hell yes. I have nothing against it, literally. So I started to talk about Duncan. He has a really good understanding of the device, but in the showmanship category, his energy felt a little bit off. He's actually, I have his video pulled up somewhere here. Let me find it. I pulled up the top 20 so we can talk about it real quick. First of all, I think he's reading the lyrics. That's for one. By the way, just quick tip for you guys. CapCut has a function where for this, they literally redirect your eyes into the camera. Like, it's a CapCut function that you can do.
Break this off, save the crying for another time. You know you're right in my head. I think I'm doing just fine. I see your attitude, now take it as another sign. This problem's stuck
oh yeah, Unhinged after this. So he's reading the lyrics, and already I don't feel that kind of connection. He took quite a long time. The first drop is 2 minutes 10 seconds, and his intro was the first note is basically it took 2 minutes to get to the first drop. His song is amazing. His sound design is crazy. He's sounding good. Really amazing. Damn, and that second drop was
searching for the better sound.
powerful and vibey at the same time, but taking way too long, and also his energy didn't match his music, in my opinion. Okay, let's bring up Unhinged because a lot of people ask me to talk about that wildcard. Let me get it in a sec. Okay. Oh yeah, this one has a long intro. Okay. Wait. Cardano not in top 12 is a surprise. Well, yeah, for me too, I put him 5th, but again, different judges, different opinions, and I can see that, so it's fine. Not your favorite, everyone's favorite except Kristof. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I don't know what to say. It's fine. But then I tried playing his back into the score sheet. I felt that for his style, it's kind of more difficult to score high. Yes and no. I mean, I care and I don't care about score sheets. The score sheet is a really good way to kind of explain in a sense, but at the same time, I use the score sheet. Some judges are not using the score sheet because it's not mandatory. I use the score sheet, but whenever I feel like that the scores are not mirroring what I want to see, I adjust the scores and revisit the categories and everything to see where I gave more points or less points that I should have. So in a sense, it matters. In a sense, it's not. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Unhinged.
Let's do it.
I really like the groove. It's kind of efficient in time so far. Little details, good. The mix of the atonal little things is legit. It's cool. But so far, the building, let's be honest. Wait for a second. Let's wait until he builds up, and then we go back and release in that part.
All right.
Okay.
I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm just as confused as you are.
Okay. One.
I don't even know what's going on. All right.
120. Okay. Oops.
Do it.
Basically, 1 minute of the build, which is quite good. But how much I feel entertained in this 1 minute. Now I'm still vibing. We're good. Okay, I'm a little bit starting to lose me because the layers are not coming too fast. Okay, now it's starting to be interesting again. And now this. Sorry, let me see the time. Just to be exact on everything. 0:55. At 0:55, after a not too eventful build, we stop. Why? I'm not sure. And we wait. And we are still waiting. And kind of still waiting.
All right. I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm just as confused.
Okay. Basically 30 seconds of what? I'm not sure. Okay.
Notice that the scene is fucking full, you clowns. So now I'm thinking that my head just needs to fill up the crown. But at the end of the day, I'm only kidding, baby. Just call me Bojack. The way I'm horsing around, 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 the way I'm horsing around.
This is entertaining and great.
The way I'm horsing around, the way I'm Mr. Mr. Peanut Butter.
I like
The
this
way I'm
variation.
jacking off my horse meat, 2 feet, walk up to your door, bitch, trick or treat. You're shorty at my house and she dancing. 1 bed for 2, get 3 baddies chanting. Beats clean, never musty. Performance is a must-see. Can't stop it being near me cause the flow is so disgusting. Ew, don't you smell that? Toxic ass community got unhinged in a hazmat. Notice that the scene is fucking full, you clowns. And now I'm thinking that my head just needs to fill up the ground. But at the end of the day, only kidding, baby. Just call me Bojack. The way I'm horsing around, the way I'm horsing around, the way I'm horsing around, the way I'm horsing
Okay.
around, the way
We
I'm
have
horsing
basically
around, the way I'm horsing
a minute
around,
of
the way I'm
rapping,
horsing
which was
around,
really
the
cool.
way I'm- Hey, what? I'm at the top within the decimals. My music is a spectacle.
Here's a
It's
real
like that.
change,
Laser
that's
sights
great.
attracted from a reticle. You imbecile, your health is getting critical. Get the visual, showing how I beat your ass with every syllable. Woo! The way I step in the spot, yeah, you wish you couldn't.
This part I don't like. If you listen to the mix, things start to clash.
See it, but you how I beat your ass with every syllable. Woo! The way I step in the spot, yeah, you wish you couldn't see it, but you sadly cannot. Mad diamond pretty babies sitting here at the top. There's so many beats and flows, I just wish I could stop. But there's no point in stopping these losers.
With the da 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 and the distorted 808 kind of thing start to really clash, and there's the dissonant layer, and my attention has to focus on his rapping instead of naturally be on his rapping because things start to get muddy.
I'm mopping all your shits in my way like some droppings. The same shit you're talking while mocking me. Take up your spot, cause bitch, this is a robbery. Notice that the scene is fucking full, you clowns. And now I'm thinking that my head just needs to fill up the crown. But at the end of the day, only kidding, baby. Just call me Bojack. The way I'm horsing around. Woo! The way I'm horsing around.
Yeah, still the mixing things there.
And you know I stay horsing around. Right? Right? Come on. Yeah. Hey. Now everybody horsing around.
Dope. So, the biggest thing is happening in the beginning for me that already I just can't put him high because the building is just so I don't know why was it like that. Of course, it's a loop station. There's reasons for sure. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the building part, that's for sure. And then we have the rest of the routine, mostly about rapping. Then one major mix problem happening. And this is still a really fucking good wildcard. If I compare it to anybody above, definitely I would say less mistakes as the building and the mixing thing, and overall more happening events, which is a competition standpoint. So this is a hip-hop track. Does it need to have a lot of events? No, not necessarily. Does it gonna score high if it doesn't have many interest and not keeping me all the time on the edge of my seat? Well, I'm not sure. Let's listen to Mirsa's wildcard. Where are you, Mirsa? Here you are.
And this is my wildcard.
Because it's also kind of a hip-hop approach, more like a trap, drill, whatever. Let's, sorry. Whoops. So first note 024. Okay. So far so good. Already have the bass, beat is standing. This wasn't the cleanest switch up, to be honest, when you started the Osbot, but it's fine. We are 30 seconds in, and I'm still kind of entertained. A lot happened in 30 seconds. Now we have a similar fade down with the filter. But we are not stopping there, we are still getting new textures, an interesting texture. Not super interesting, we heard this before, but okay. Again, new event. and we are at 1 minute. So he kind of, in a sense, builds slower, yet more eventful. And here we go. We're gonna hit. He starts with a vocal and hits the drop with its slicer. Nice. I could imagine a bit more bass, by the way. And okay, he rapped. Let me give you exactly how much. Wait. Okay, 148. Also emptying the beat out. So events, big major events. He rapped 12 seconds and we're back for singing. Drum variation. The whole thing so far sounds like a song, to be honest. Variation of the vocal, rising it. It's leading me somewhere. It's taking my hand and say that, okay, we're gonna have something crazy in 5 seconds. And there you go with the drop. I'll be honest with you here. The pre-drop is hitting harder than the drop, but it's still a legit drop. It's just nothing too crazy. But again, this is not a hip-hop song, not a dubstep song to have like the craziest drop ever. Nice details. And again, change. I'm on the edge of my seat. What's gonna happen next? Variation on the melody that we heard before. And a really cool outro. A dope outro, which is again new. So, what I can tell you, comparing more hip-hoppy or trappy style with the more boom-bappy hip-hoppy style, and comparing my number 7 to number 24, is basically the amount of events, what's happening. I'm always in the edge of my seat. What's gonna happen next? Oh shit, wow, that's a great variation. Oh, he raps. Oh, he sings. Oh, there's an instrumental. Oh, there's a pre-drop detail. Oh, there's a new drum pattern. Holy shit, wow. There's so much happening, so much coming out of one little box that it's crazy. In your wildcard, on the other hand, I feel like everything was put on the rap, which is not a problem. Live, I would be also horsing around. Easy. I love it. Great groove, great beat. I think the mixing is somewhat, most of the time, except that clashing part, is better than Mesa's. But overall, I don't feel as a song. I don't feel entertained the whole time. I don't feel like that the device or yourself is pushed to the limit. So how could you score higher in technicality? How could you score higher in musicality? How could you score higher in originality? That's my question. Ooh, I like Wow. Okay. Let's answer all the questions because I see a lot of comments. Some that I promised not to react on, but since we're talking to a competitor, I'm gonna make exception. And just because you say respectfully, this drop hurts my ears, it's not gonna be respectful just because you say respectfully. Does it hurt your ear? Let me turn up the volume. I turned my volume so up. Man, it could be After Effects, some EQing that they took that out a little bit, or he mixed it well. It's not hurting, especially if you know electronic genres. They put way more high frequencies than this, and I see the whoosh, whoosh, that bit thingy is hurting your ear. No, and somebody was commenting that it's so funny that Mesa commented on Biscuit that it hurts his ear. Now Unhinged commenting on Mesa. Like, wow, guys, wow. Really, really interesting. And I didn't bring Mirza into the picture to hate on his wildcard. I just wanted someone on a similar genre and a similar ranking that you would wish for yourself to compare, and why saying that there's so much difference, in my opinion. Yeah. Oh my god, so many comments. I hurt your heart. Well, sorry about it. Your thing is the snare had the timing issues, I believe, but nothing sounds bad. That's just a crazy statement. Well, let me go on the snare in the beginning. That click is basically either if it's an artifact or not. I think it's not an artifact. It's just a super short thing on the slicer. It almost sounds like the that's the thing. And if you mean the snare being off is the first. Also, I think, by the way, he's using the drum sequencer technique, so what?
Let's go.
Man, if you want to be on grid, yeah, it might not be on grid. If you want groove, for me this grooves 100%. And is in groove too. Like, listen to whole. For me, it's grooves. If you want to deal with anything, deal more with the drop being sharp. Man, I've been playing with drummers good and bad, and this groove is not off. The groove is not off at all. I don't know what to say. This is objective, and well, I don't want to throw the whose words you're gonna take it on, but maybe I have to. I'm saying this, that this is not off in a way that is disturbing me in any sense. Yeah. For me, it's perfectly fine. Is it the best groove? No. Unhinged had, I think, better groove. If we're talking about, but also comparing a boom bap to a trappy hip hop beat, well, good luck with that. Maybe. Yeah. 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 And I don't know, like, guys, I don't know how to say this, but you can see the comment sections that is divided. Then why do you think that your opinion is better than anybody else's? I'm happen to be in a position where my opinion matters more, but I don't think it's better. And as I said, and I repeat this one more time, but this is the crazy thing, that you don't focus on what I say, but you focus on what you want to focus on. So I repeat it one more time. I said it in the beginning, in the middle, and now coming towards the end of the stream too. For me, the top 25, 30 is GBB worthy wildcards. But the more I listened to them back to back, I felt the nuances, differences on how they built competition-wise. I'm not judging your music. I'm judging your music through a competition lens. Because if I'm just judging your music, that would be subjective. Because I like boom bap better than trap, and I would place Unhinged higher. Just because I like that better. No. For me, Mesa is showing way more from one device, and not just showing way more, that more is making more sense. And also the rest of the top 23, I feel that in some points they're showing more, and you cannot deny that Unhinged wildcard is really good, but you also cannot deny that most of it is rapping, while the others showing a lot of things in the Loopstation with their voice and rapping, with so many things. Like, I get the okay, why the fuck can SBX only afford to select just top 8 even after 8+ years? I can explain to you really, really easy. And whoa, also, it's so funny that we're trying to give more opportunities, and you're gonna see soon what I'm talking about. Yet people complain about how little opportunities are given. And if the SBX doesn't invite back the champions, so there's more spot, people would be flipping out. When there was top 16 in 2021 for Loop, and that was the worst elimination year ever. It was too much. You cannot handle it. You cannot listen. It's too much. It's just too much. And also the venue had some issues, which is a totally different topic. But top 26 in Loops, it's just too much for the live event. Just way too much, in my opinion, and in many others' opinion. In some others' opinion, it's not. Beautiful. But Swiss Beatbox is organizing the event, and they say are top 8. And if they say so, you have to roll with it. And if you have a constructive and well thought way to how to make it top 26, let's go. Let's go. Just tell them, like literally. Literally. There are a lot of talks about how to give more opportunity for more people. And one is gonna be soon in motion. But getting the kind of ideas that SBX just doesn't care and stuff like that is just straight on not true. They did 2021 and it didn't work for them, so they didn't do in the next 3 years the top 26. Yeah. The end goal should be more small competition and the winners of those get to GBB. That's what's happening in solo, and people hate it in the solo category. That, oh my god, but one of the competitions is Japan and I cannot go. For example, now Beat City, Japan, Loopstation champion qualified for GBB. And people hate this because it's only, because that's happening in Japan and some people cannot afford to go there. But if there's a competition in Europe, then the Japanese and American people need a hard time. So there has to be one in every continent. But if there's one in every continent, that's 7. But Antarctica doesn't count, right? I mean, sorry for people from Antarctica. But you know what I'm saying. And then how many spots left? And then why the fuck to do wildcard competition in the first place? Like, wow. And imagine going to Tokyo and getting the travel expenses, the hotels, the food for each of the artists. Like, come on. It's not that easy. It's oof. I don't know how to say it. Antarctica disrespect and racism is crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry for the people of Antarctica. Yeah. And also it's crazy that even in a small channels, small stream that I'm having here, the comments between 83 person is divided. And still your guys, some of you are arguing hard. I don't know what to say if you don't realize that every judge is qualified as objective as humanly possible to do their jobs. And they do it with care, with love, and with a lot of consideration, because they know that people are gonna hate on them. So they realize the best they can do is do their best list, what they can back up. And some of you guys are still complaining and not accepting the backing up of the list. Is just straight on what the fuck. You know? I'm not here to convince you about my opinion. I don't care. I don't want to convince you because your opinion is your opinion. My opinion is mine. I do not care about convincing you. I'm here to give you my opinion so you can have some kind of, well, not closure, but yeah, in a sense, closure. Like, okay, that's what he thought. I reflect it into my music. And if I see that there's something in there that I can use, I'm going to use it. And if I think that it's straight on bullshit, then I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing and see if it's gonna get results by time. That's all I can say. And you can argue about a lot of things. You can say that it's right or not right. But when you forget that we are talking about art, and we're talking about listing a bunch of people in completely different genres in art, how would you imagine that I can give you anything that you would take if you determined to think that your opinion is righter or better than mine? Wow, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. Kind of that's all I can tell you guys. As long as you're not okay with having a different opinion, as long as you're not okay taking or not taking an opinion, but leaving it in peace, we are not gonna get any further than this. I'm here to give my opinion. And I cannot really care that everybody thinks or should think that my list is good or not. Because I made my list with the most care I can. And I'm standing by my list. I'm happy with my list. And as I said, if anybody from the top 30 of mine is making it to the top 5 or top 10, I'm happy, because these wildcards are great music. When I start to pick on things like, oh yeah, there could be a bit quicker on the build up, there could be a bit better on the mix, that snare is off, whatever, that's when the competition enters. And that's when also kind of subjectivity and objectivity, this objective subjectivity enters the chat. And that's when people get frustrated, because they think that their objective subjectivity is better than somebody else. And what they don't understand, that it's not better. It's different. And one thing I know for sure, in this year, in Loopstation category, there's only 3 person who gave the most care to list these people. And that's Braz, Frosty, and me. And I'm 120% that nobody out of you gave that many thoughts and that many care to make this list as we did. Because our ass is on fire. If we are not happy with our list, if we are not content with our list, if we cannot back up our list, that's gonna be a super bad feeling. If we make any random decisions that we are not agreeing with ourselves. Because we decide on who gets to go to Tokyo, which is a dream for everybody who joined this competition. And if we are not 100% sure about our decision, then who is? If we are not comparing down to little details and saying that, okay, yes, I'm sure he's going to be 6, he's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, that's a different state of mind. And nobody was in the state of mind except the three of us. And you guys won't understand this unless you try to understand it. I'm here to listen to those things that you have questions. Again, if you have questions, give me your questions. I can tell you that I made my top 25 secure. After that, no, because we needed to give top 20. And how the system works is each judge giving top 20. First place gets 20 points, last place gets 1 point, right? And then the points add up and sum up. So, yeah, kind of that's it. Assuming the criteria is personal, would you mind sending me your ranking criteria? I'm interested if we get the same results. The criteria, what the point system has, is unified, but how I take on it is my decision. And I explained it like 3 times just today, how I take on it. Yeah. Can you explain Leonard ranking and why he's solo? Exactly. Yeah, sure. He is. Well, let me open up my list so I don't say bullshit. He's 16th, right? For me, what he did starts out a really great idea, doing something that nobody else does, rock and roll, boogie woogie thing. But the first thing that was like all the way there, we can go into the Wildcard and, by the way, listen together just really quickly through, and then I can talk through. Wait, where's Leonard? There he is. Is the bass is just overpowering the chords. The bass texture, it just has too many harmonics, and out of the chords and everything, it just becomes one big zzz, you know? And also, to be fair, this genre is one of the most unoriginal genres ever. Every song is basically the same. I literally I met the musicians of Elvis in Slovenia because I played with a band doing an Elvis cover show. And we opened for the ex-musicians of Elvis's band in Ljubljana. And man, even Elvis, who's like the king of the genre and having so much variety within the genre, like this kind of boogie woogie that Leonard chose is one of the least original. Always the same chords in some kind of permutations, really similar vocals all the time. Always like, you know, it's just like that. If you know the genre, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that. I don't know. My question is, if you can get a copy of any point system or criteria, though, it's on the SBX page. It's literally on the SBX page, but we are drifting so much back and forth between things. Here's the thing, no, this is the producer, but it's almost the same. I can try to make some kind of copy of this, or I don't know. This is public. Since KBB, this is the same in public. So there's, for example, we have the categories: technicality, musicality, showmanship, originality, bonus. Okay? And here's a Excel sheet with production value / technicality, 20 points, and within this there's like different sub criteria and the description of the criteria. I go through like 2 and then you can find it. So sound design and fundamentals, that's one of the sub criteria of production value and technicality. And the description of it: how technically proficient and well created is the sound design of the techniques in the loop: drums, synths, bass, special effects, etc. Guidelines: solid fundamentals and good sound design scores higher points. Weaker fundamentals and poor quality sound design score lower point. Next sub criteria: consistency: how consistent the sound you perform are throughout the routine. E.g., if the person cuts tracks in and out on the faders, is that element consistent and in time, etc. And the guidelines: consistent reproduction of sounds score higher, inconsistencies lower point. Then the next sub criteria within production value technicality: cleanliness: how clean the sound, frequency placement, and production is in the routine. How intelligible the lyrics or the speech is. Clean sounds and intelligible lyrics scores full points. The more unclean sounds, there are more points that they lose. Same for lyrics. And we have 3 more sub-criteria within production value and technicality. Then we have musicality, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subcategories. Then showmanship, which has 2 subcategories, and originality, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 subcategories. So you can find this on Swiss Beatbox. Yeah. So with Leonard, already the hi-hats, like this cymbals taking up a lot of space, white noisy way, and then we add
midnight battles, he's been through it all, fought every fight but still standing tall. The GBB dream.
Nobody did this on a loop, but other than that, this is really generic boogie woogie.
Is closer than before, and now is his last chance to even to score. He's gonna go through the GBB. He's gonna go through the.
And that bass sounds just taking over everything, and the harmony really sounds not as an expensive instrument. Let's just say that. And I love Leonard so much. I love his energy. He's an amazing performer. He's an amazing performer, and he would be deserving to be in GBB. I just felt like there's 50 more who deserve it by that one song that they submitted better. And yeah, I'm friends with Leonard. I love him. I love his performances. I watched so many of his performances because of Loop Mayhem and Loop Lab in the past year 3. And he's an amazing performer with great music and amazing energy. This song, compared to the others, for me cannot go higher, mostly because of the original part. And it's the sound design and everything, which is always there. It's just not cutting it for me. If everything would be as clear as his guitar solo sound, then he would go higher for me. That's for sure. But still not, I think, maybe top 6. But if I think of who's in my top 5 or top 6, maybe 7th. It's just so much more criteria hitting or composition wise. There's so much more happening in the others for me. That's what I can say. Do you think it was more fair when we had 2 wildcard rounds? That's a good question. Yes and no, because it's exhausting the artist unnecessarily too much, in my opinion, because overall one song can decide it. Why there be a second chance? It's basically just trying to be oversensitive for something which is a competition, but also it's not life and death, it's a competition. And it's good if you take a competition life and death, but I say this to a lot of my students, and I think it's applicable here too. If you take a competition seriously and it's kind of life and death for you, good for you. You have high chances that in a couple of years you're going to get some results. But if it's life and death in a sense that you attach your self-worth to it, attach so much to it that you get highly emotional, frustrated, angry, or depressive about the results, then what you're essentially doing is grabbing a fish and holding it too hard. And when you squeeze too hard, what happens to that slippery fish? It goes away. There's such thing as too much. And when it's too much, it's not good. When it's too little, it's not good. When you're in that threshold of, yes, I care so much and I want to make it happen, and it's fuel for me, and when I lose or don't get in, it's just even more fuel for me, that's good. Anything more, you're just hurting yourself. And for the 2 rounds, I think it's a little bit... It was a try, but most of the artists hated it. And I'm not sure if it's fairer, because everybody thinks that everything is gonna be fair, but what is fair? Can you explain to me what is fair? Can you explain to me why is it fair that somebody wants this so bad, and the other doesn't, but they make a better wildcard and they get in, and who want it so much but didn't get as good wildcard decided by the judges is not? Is it fair? Well, in a sense, yes, but maybe for some people it was a better wildcard, so it's not fair. Like, this whole thing, judging art, as long as you don't understand how absurd what we're doing, we're gonna have arguments. And I see your comment, Toxic, that you scroll through the score sheets and we can pose when we want and see everything. My answer is no. Like, what else do you want than my top 20? I just give you stuff to hang on to and be like, oh, but why is it 15.5 and not 16? Like, his sound design was 16. Like, what do you want? Why is it not enough for you that I give you my reasons and my list? I have to be open, but also I'm not stupid in a sense that I see what's happening and I'm not giving just... What the fuck is that? Like, I'm not giving surface to just hang on to that and say, why is it a not good decision? If you would be interested in my opinion, you would be already grateful that I did this, because by competition, I'm not even supposed to reveal my list, that it was me. It's judge number 1, 2, 3. And I'm giving you not only my list, but I'm giving you detailed opinion if you want. What else the fuck you want? You want numbers? You really want numbers, and then numbers gonna calm you down? If you think that numbers gonna calm you down, you're in denial. And I told you, what I can do is tell you what was my 25, because the top 25 that we ranked, we needed 20, but I did 25 just to feel comfortable. And because there was a little confusion about it also, that if it's 20 or 25, so I did the more, just to be sure. So Mogbay was 20, then Rusi was 21, Zepi Drago was 22, Jay Sanch was 23, Scrapper 24, what? No, sorry. Rusi 21, 22, 23, 24. Actually, I'm sorry, Unhinged was 25 and not 24. Yeah, I had somehow miscounted, and Scrapper was there also. So Rusi, Zeppy Dragos, J-Sanch, Scrapper, and Unhinged. I can put it on the list so you see it through. Rusi, let me do this. Rusi 22 was Zeppy Drago, then Zaychan. Wait, what? Rusi, Zeppy Dragos, J-Sanch. Oops. Fuck. What do I read wrong? Scrapper. Yeah, again, Scrapper. Why does it... Oh, I just scroll too much. Like this. Yeah. If you want to see it, and on OBS I adjust it so you see it completely. Whip, whip, whip. A bit more. Cool. Like that. Yeah. Did I type out something? Hope not. Whatever. Yeah. Let me see the comments. It's just so much. I try to read. You think there should be more spots if the elims for solos? Why not loop also? Because the event is quite long anyways, and the amount of artists and the profitability is on a different topic, because if you think about it, they pay a certain amount for every participant and every judge to fly there. Maybe it's not too much, but when you add even crews with 4 to 5 members, 3 to 5 members, it's getting up. They pay the hotel room for basically a week, which is not cheap, man. And they pay like a nice hotel. They pay food, and they have to rent the venue. They have to pay all the judges. They have to pay all the staff. They have to pay all the video crew. They have to pay all the sound crew. They have to pay for the visuals. They have to pay for the hosting of Scott Jackson. They have to pay for so many shit that you cannot even imagine. And the more artists brought in, the more unprofitable this is going to be. And you still think that Swiss Beatbox is a mega corporation with the power of fucking Oscorp and Stark Industries, and they are just holding back shit from you because you guys are poor and they are rich. But it's not the thing, and this is not reality, and this is not truth, which is by assumption. You can assume it for sure, but again, if you have a detailed plan on how you're gonna make the whole event work entertaining wise, because for example, you can see it in contrast with the World Champs, when there's like in the beatbox solo there's like top 32, I think, and there's like a huge line of elimination, and event wise it's really exhausting. It's fun in a sense. I've been there in 2018 and it's a lot of fun because so many people are there, but it's a different approach, and if you don't respect the approach of the organizer, then don't go to their events. Like, it's that easy. And yeah, if you don't like how World Champs do it, don't go there. I like it, I will go. If you don't like how Swiss B-Dogs do it, don't go there. I like it and I go. And if you have any constructive criticism, and not just constructive criticism, but like kind of a way to wait, Raj, hello Raj. Yeah, Mahiro was covered. Yep. And hello. So yeah. Like, I don't know how to tell this to you, but you guys are not realizing how young beatboxing is as an art form, and still how amazingly huge thing that we have such things as World Champs and GBB. You guys are not realizing it, and thus some of you might not be grateful enough for it to treat it with a kind of approach as it's maybe deserved to be. And again, if you have like a whole plan that, okay, we can fit 16 this way, and we can do like you don't know how many ideas are traveling through. And I have and I'm not a Swiss Beatbox team member, but I have calls with Peponi at least every second week to discuss ideas. There are ideas of a second league GBB, so there are more people getting there. There are ideas of multiple events. There are ideas of everything. I hear these ideas from random people. I hear it from others. We discuss it. We try to incorporate it, but there are so many factors. So many factors. And as I said, I can tease you a little bit that one thing to allow more artists to be shining in a big scene, in a big something, is happening, and it's gonna be announced soon. And I hope that you guys gonna be liking it, and I hope that you will be just as excited for it as we are, because SBX is doing it for giving more opportunity to push the art form, and I hope it's gonna be treated as such, and I hope it's gonna show people that they do care and they try to do whatever they can. But it's not like that they have infinite money. Why beatbox community now is like not united as it was before? Easy question. Because we are way more, and that way more brings in people who are just kind of casually liking it, not as much passionate into it for so many years as others. And as newcomers, they might be a bit more hot-headed. The internet was always a place for being vocal in a way that you would never be in live conversation. You can just leave a comment there without a face, so easy. And also, COVID was a big hit for everybody. Then there were all kind of scandals because of personal differences. And now, I guess as a community, we just trying to find our way back to just love music, give it some meaning, but also be human about it. If anybody of you grew up on the cartoons of Pokemon, then you would have no questions about how to be a competitor, and you would have no questions about how to just love what we do and move on. But I guess not everybody grew up on stuff that supports, just love and unity over something that we like, or they have ambition bigger than others, or they feel like life is not giving them what they meant to have. I can tell you, life is not fair in a way that you think it should be fair. And I could get really personal here. I'm just telling you that the amount of times that life was, in my opinion, unfair to me or to others that I love is insane. But on the bigger picture, it always turns out that life knows better. And on the bigger picture, it always turns out that it's up to you if you take the victim card and say that, oh, that was unfair, and like, no, he doesn't know what is talking, and it's not, or you take one big breath, or maybe 3 big breaths, and say that, fuck, okay, this happened, how can I grow from it? Because it happened, it's not going away. How can I grow from it? If we get back to that, and if you get back to that essence where you might be disappointed, but you never lose face and you never lose respect, we have good hopes of excelling as a community. If not, it's always going to be just certain persons who brought up in the community, but then getting out of it and making it on their own. Haha, somebody has a Tapu Koko fan. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, Tapu Koko is really cool. He's always the one just trying to test, interfere, and interact with people as a island guardian. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I can just say this to you, that the more conscious, respectful, and chill this community gets, the more we have chances that we as a community excel, and not just 1 or 2 person from the community. I'm not saying and not asking you to deny your emotions. So if you're disappointed about what happened, or what the end result of this wildcard season is, be disappointed, but have it under control. And always ask the question, how can I grow from this? How can I learn from this? Does the critiques have anything legit? And maybe don't do it today. Just let it chill for a month, then come back to this stream if I talked about your stuff, and maybe look back a month later when you're chilled down and try to see if there's anything that you can grow from what I said. And if there's nothing, then just do your thing and keep doing your thing. And sooner or later, if you're in good route, there's going to be results. That's the way it is. When I lost, by the way, only 1 battle on the short battling lines that I was doing. And that was in the online World Champs. And obviously, when I lost, I felt like, no way, like, no, I should have won. And, then I waited 2-3 hours, chilled down, took some breaths, had a good sleep. Next day, I listened back and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm lost. I lost. And I know what to work on. I know what for example, I used my wildcard as a second round, and that was stupid. Because my opponent enhanced was so good and so surprisingly powerful. And I used my wildcard, which judges already knew, which was a really powerful round, but they knew it. And I used it as my second round, and that was stupid as fuck. Things like this, you can just you can just grow from you failing or you taking hits in life that you feel like that you shouldn't have taken. And if you think that this is the worst thing that's gonna happen to you, bro, I wish you. I didn't lose to Rusi. I beat Rusi. It was enhanced. Yeah. 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 We all grow from it. And for me, again, just I think cartoons and how you grow up with these things and those ideas are embedded in my mind. When I was losing, I was thinking of Pokemon and watching Pokemon and just saying that, okay, how can I grow from this and how can I make sure that I never lose ever again if I have a battle? And then I took KBB and took Vokal Total, and both was a clean swipe, and then I stopped battling. Wow. You know, but I took the hit. It hurt. I felt that it's unjust. For a couple of hours, I let myself feel like that. I vented to my girlfriend at the time. Then I slept on it, watched back, tried to chill down, and realize what can I do to grow from it. It's not, you don't have to deny your emotions, but you cannot be led by just emotions. Emotions are guidelines. Emotions are indicators that something is important to you. How important is it? What do you need to do to, realize stuff about yourself, about your values, about a lot of things? But they cannot be the leading power of all of your decisions and all of your social interactions. And yeah. And I'm fine, completely fine if my list is different than the others and the others' list is different than mine. And I'm fine if my list is different than your list, because we already talked in the chat and you see that everybody's list is kind of different. And some people are crying about Cardona not even making top 10. And some people are crying about Mahiro being so low in my list. And I understand, but at the same time, don't make things blended on the scale of I'm personally sad about, I want to know the reasons why, or I can't accept it. It is the list, whether you accept it or not. Like, I don't know how to say it. Make Elims online, then make top 8, or I don't know, finish the event live. We talked about that too. That's something that is being considered, but at the same time, imagine how much pressure is put on artists who is doing extra battles, or if everybody's doing extra battles. This 6 rounds that you need to prepare to win a competition is already a lot to make them really good, to be practiced, to be original, to be smooth, to be blah 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 blah, to be fresh, so not just reusing rounds. Think of what happened to Robin when he was both competing in KBB and GBB. He was still going super far, but he was essentially just using the same rounds as in KBB. What does that do to the overall scene when these big events for pushing the scene, pushing you? He just didn't have time to prepare for mode because that takes time and effort. So it's better to have less competitors who are super prepared and ready, rather than having a lot of competitors, make them wear out, make them make more rounds but less good. You know, this is just another opinion or point of view. Yeah. Drea, I don't think that you can count that way. If Mahiro was 10th over and two known scores are 4th and 19th was the missing score, I don't think you can know that, because you have to know everybody else's also, because that's in relation with it. Yeah. So yeah. There's also a mixing in the event where a competitor decided which sound team about what? Where is that? I missed something. Yeah, Raj, you got a point. We will never release that satisfy everyone. Yeah. And to be fair, why is that we are so kind of agreeing on the top 5 or 6 that we say like, oh yeah, how, maybe it's not my list, but yes. Because those guys are excelling so much. So again, if you put yourself in the danger zone when yours is like, well, I don't know, it's good, but you know, you put yourself in the danger zone. It's gonna be up to everything. This is also what I learned from basically not getting in 2 wildcard seasons of GBB. That you cannot risk, you cannot hold anything back, you cannot do something that is like, yeah, okay, I know there's something there that could be a little bit better, but overall it's really good, right? Because I had 2 wildcards that overall was pretty good. And I was ranked in the time when they choose 8. I was ranked like always 12 or 14th or something like that. 2 times. And then I was going for KBB. And I was like, okay, I'm never gonna rank lower than 6th. And I ranked 5th there. And I got a wildcard for Vokal Total also, which was ranked 2nd. And online words that was ranked 1st. Question was, why allow competitors to get their wildcards mixed and mastered by other people, and how does it work in the event? Is there live mixing and mastering going on? No. So it's allowed because it's a wildcard, and how exactly would you monitor if they mixed it for themselves? Or just a friend doing a Zoom call and saying like, oh yeah, and do that and do that. Like, how do you monitor that? Do you have anything on it? I don't know. And live, there's no mixing and mastering. It's unified. Everybody's getting the same kind of the same, not the same, but kind of the same EQing, and they are at with the decibel meter, they are the same volume, so it's unified. Yeah. That's not final score times 3, number of judges subtraction from 19, but that's not gonna be right. Or even if it is, it's not meant to be. Because that's not how things add up. So the system that is each judge is giving you a list from 1 to 20. But that list, in my list, there might be names that in Frost's and Brez's list, they're not even there, or vice versa. And whoever is first in my list getting 20 points, and whoever is last is getting 1 point. But since the list name content is not necessarily the same, so my 20 is not having Unhinged and somebody else having Unhinged high, it fucks up your equation, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we are kind of getting to the end of it. We are getting around the same things. Sinjo is not the sound engineer anymore. Yeah. But Sinjo is a great sound engineer. I have to give that and say that too. Again, in my opinion, it's an average of the 3 judges' score, but the 3 judges' list might not be the same names. Yeah. So, again, I have my reasons for this list. I tripled, quadrupled, quintuple checked this list, and I'm super happy with my list, and I'm super happy with the overall list, and I'm super happy with what's coming for loopers and for our future. And I think there's always things to learn about. There's always things to just take your time on and let your emotions be, but not let them take over of your judgment, and vice versa. So, like, it's also not good if you're just a cold bitch. Let your emotions be, like, for sure, but ask yourself, what do they tell you actually, and how can you be more from it? Yeah. How did you learn how to mix? Just by doing it, or you take a course or something? Mostly I did so many hours, so many failures, so many bad things. Like, listen to my first Wildcard, it sounds like crap, man. And then listen to my new album. Actually, listen to my old album and listen to my new album then, and then you're gonna be like, wow, shit. There's always a lot to learn, and I still every day learning, every day questioning of my beliefs and updating them. At one point I had one lesson with Sinjo where I had like big questions, and I asked him. It was a paid lesson. I told him, like, man, I want to learn about mixing, and I have these questions that I don't find the answer anywhere. Let me learn from you. And we did that, and that was quite helpful. And yeah. And other than that, trial and an error, monitoring other mixes by my ear, comparing them by these analyzers and my ear, deciding which one I like, which one I don't. It's important that you compare them in similar, not similar, but as much as possible, same conditions. So either same LUFS or either same peak level. It's important that you decide what you like, and then you start to learn about how to achieve what you like. And on the way, you're going to find your own stuff. For example, that's sound design also for me. You just start to do it. First, you're clueless. Then you start to learn, like, oh, I want to learn that sound. Oh, shit, there's an actual kind of formula to do it. You learn the formula, then you try to apply the formula. You apply it differently. You drift away from it. The formula gives you ideas, or you just happy accidentally find something out that, oh, I didn't turn that knob, but this one, and oh, this is actually sounding so good. Like, you know, it's a lot of trial and error, and on music in general, because there were so many times when I thought something is cool, I brought it out to people, and they said like, no, I don't like it. And then I had to decide that either they are right and this was only cool for me, or maybe I have to switch my approach and do the same thing but a little bit differently, or maybe even say that I scrap the idea and, go from another one. Each is a valid thing because, sometimes you're just not there yet, but the idea is good. You're just not there yet to do it in a way how people can understand as much as you do. It's let's discuss the battles. What do you think? Who will win? I have no idea. Honestly, this is my most honest thing. Anything can happen. For example, you see that Josh is excelling on wildcards always, but in battles, I think both time he was in GBB the last 2 years, he got out in the top 8, I think. And who knows? Maybe you can say that it's a tendency for him, so it's gonna happen. But that's bullshit because he's learning and he's evolving. So he might be that, no way, this time I have to, like, you never know. And it's never over until it's over. It's literally everybody's game. Everybody's so fucking good. You never know. And I'm happy with the surprise. And I'm not even one to kind of, theorize. What I can say is something that I don't want to say right now. Maybe before GBB, rather we can have a stream when we talk about it, but even then, no, because these things I don't like to put them out in public. For example, in last GBB, I had a feeling that the two, I didn't know who's gonna win or what does it mean, but I heard the sound checks because I was refereeing, and I felt like that the two most musically mature looper is Matej and Yasweed, and they ended up in the final. So it could tell something, but I would never put that out in public because, others might be hearing that pre-GBB and like, oh my god, was it so good? Oh no. Or they hear it and like, oh, but it's too much pressure for me. Or the other way, maybe it's like, oh yeah, I'm so good. No, this is more for private conversations and maybe retrospective. That based on the sound checks, I felt like the most mature musical ideas was coming from those two. But this also sounds like, because people like black and white, this sounds like black and white, that, oh yeah, those two's gonna dominate. No, I just had this kind of feeling, but all the others were so fucking great. I remember when I heard Duncan and Raj, I pissed myself how clean the mix is on the fucking Mark II. I was like throwing my brains out that this is no way that these guys are doing this on a Mark II. It's just so many layers to these things, all I'm hoping, anyways, from this stream is that you see that opinion is an opinion. Nobody's a god. Nobody's having a higher opinion. I'm just happen to be in the position where my opinion decides 1/3 of who's getting there. And I'm well aware of this power. And that's why I'm doing this stream, so I can explain my decisions, but I'm not here to convince you about my decisions. And I don't want to convince you. Your thoughts are your thoughts. My thoughts are mine. If me being transparent, giving you perspective, I'm happy. If it's only pisses you off more that how can I be judge and you should be judge, actually I'm happy because maybe I gave you reason to push your energy higher. I think transparency is always going to be something worthy. Corazon. I explained in the beginning of the stream, like we spent like 15 minutes on it at least. So yeah, please go back and check it. Yeah. Anyways, opinions are opinions, and I think even if none of my results or whatever would count, the reason I feel like I'm legit to give 1/3 of the decision is because I gave most care of the decision, because I have my back against the wall and I'm aware of my power and I want to use it to good, and I want to use it to make as good decision as I can. But this is the key, as I can. And I really hope you understand that. And yeah, if you think that my or any other judges or your list is better than anybody else's, you just don't get the main point, in my opinion. Hope this gives some context, and hope this gives some closure to some. Oh shit, AVH. Yeah, actually I think I'm gonna text him because I need to go soon. Yeah. Since he's not here. Yeah. But again, if you think that it's realistic in any levels to compare a jump up drum and bass to Leonard's rockabilly and mid tempo to Nils's I don't even know how to define it genre. No, it's not. It's bullshit. It's impossible. We try to make it possible by doing a criteria, try to analyze things in levels and everything, but this is still objective subjectivity, which is in the core subjectivity. We try to be the most objective as we can, but we are humans, so we can't. So what else can I say? Nothing. Yeah. Just chill and try to understand, ask questions, understand the message, the feedback, if you will. If you don't, then keep on pushing your stuff, because sometimes feedback is just the push that you need. The push that, let's say I say something stupid and Unhinged is like 100% sure that his wildcard was supposed to be ranked number 1, and he's gonna push it next year even harder and say that no, this is my approach and I'm gonna do it even better so you understand, and next year he's gonna come up number 1. That's possible. I don't know if you saw the video when Ed Sheeran shows how he sang before. It's horrible. And people told him that, bro, it's horrible, give up. But he was like, no. Like, I know what's in my head. Maybe I just didn't put it out exactly how I want it to be. I want to be so good that nobody can question me. That it's not a question in anybody's head that I'm going to be on top of there. If that's your way, you're going to find a way, always. If you blame, point fingers, say that he robbed me, he's the one, like, what, they robbed me. Well, less power to you, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I play electronic guitar, electronic guitar in general, both acoustic, classic, or whatever. It's my main instrument. I play keys. I play bass. I wish I was a bass player originally. Bass is so good. Yeah. And yeah, those are the instruments that I consider that I actually play them. I can, play a little bit on drums, but I wouldn't say that I'm a drummer. But I would say that I'm a bass player. Yeah. Yeah. There are some newcomers in GBB stage for sure. That's amazing. To do a reverse for me. He was always musical, but he had Raj needs to have one super beautiful. You're talking about the Raj. Yeah, okay. Well, he's gonna be in Loopstation for sure. He entered producer too. We'll see. Yeah. I took 2 lessons of guitar, then I quit because I didn't like how the teacher was teaching, and I was not really finding this one-on-one thing working. So I started to learn more from the internet, found some master classes and workshops and everything. So I could say that self-taught is not a good word, because I learned from a lot of people. They just didn't teach me in person. Are there more instruments you want to learn? Yes, trumpet and saxophone. Yes. And drums are so good. Yeah, I would be happy to be a drummer, actually. But trumpet and saxophone is super amazing. But to be fair, right now my mind is more about production and making live looping as close to production as humanly possible. You'll see my sets coming out and my album coming out about what my new thing is about. You can check my Loop Mayhem set if you didn't see it. It's back to back with Saijo. We did it in May. The video premiered in February, I think. So you go and check that out. Loop Mayhem 2.0, Saijo, and me was on one stage back to backing. And the recent Loop Mayhem set is gonna be out hopefully soon, and my Loop Lab set is going to be out quite soon. And I have some stuff that I record now on my own, and my album, which is half 6 songs that is completely produced, it's gonna be out in May. And also there's 5 songs that is just live looping songs. That's gonna be the second half of the album, probably in June. Yeah. That's kind of it. You just got a Revolta guitar. Wow. Jazzmaster and Gibson Firebird. What the hell? Interesting. I use a Fender Strato, Mexican custom. I used to have an Epiphone Les Paul that I customized myself with the pickup and made the pickups to be able to split and stuff like that. But yeah, that one broke. Yeah. Some of my first recordings ever. You can still find them on my channel, actually. Well, no, those not are my first ones. I don't even know if I have them. I can show you one. Oh no, but that's just no, I can't. Fuck. That was a thing. Oh wait, maybe I can. Let me see. Maybe I have a screen recording of a video that was recorded of me in 2015 on the streets. Very shitty beatbox. I looked like a fucking... I don't know. We just say it in Hungarian that... I don't even know how to say it in English. Oh, fuck. I don't know if I still have it. Oh, maybe I have it in my hard drive. too bad. Maybe I'll make a post of it, just as like a, And one of my first recordings actually is with my high school band. My high school band had some crazy stuff, and actually we had some nice music that I kind of still like to listen to, but it's not super good. It's just not super bad. Yeah. But that's a interesting point. Maybe I'll search it Zulu and post it or something. That's crazy. Somebody asked, I don't know where it was, if I gonna compete. Yeah, Omnisplash asked if I'm gonna ever compete in GBB. Probably not. I'm not too much interested in battling anymore. It's just taking up so much of my time, and most of my time is just focused on making music and evolving in my own way, outside of any kind of rules of time, or is it from the voice. I don't do anything from the voice in my live sets, but everything is live looped. I miss Kristof improv live streams. Yeah, you're gonna get some live sets though, an hour live sets. 3 I can confirm that you're gonna get for sure. One is 1 hour drum and bass set from home, doing everything I do, which is kind of gonna be improvised, but a lot of parts, like the overall set is going to be improvised, but some of the parts, like some little covers, some little song part or drop ideas that I have, and some of them are completely freestyle. So the blend of everything I do. That's going to be 1 hour drum and bass, 1 hour house / UK garage, or we'll see, maybe more in the lounge house funk side, new disco, and 1 techno set. Each of them 1 hour. It's gonna be recorded really soon and posted as soon as possible. Maybe if you enjoy these different genres, I do a lo-fi set also for you guys to teach and relax to, or whatever. So yeah, we'll see. What is the coolest beatbox sound that I can do? No. I don't know. I don't excel in solo beatboxing. I'm legit. I'm just not nowhere close to battle level. I can entertain a crowd a lot, easy. But never practiced my beatboxing to be in battle set or whatever. Yeah. Loopstation judge has already been inside. I don't know, and I don't know if whatever info I have, I'm not even sure if I can share that. But I don't have full info, that's for sure. So, yeah, not on showcases and anything. Me and Robin should do a showcase battle like Alam and Axinia and yeah, that's nice. That could be interesting. I love Robin, so you never know. Yeah, hopefully Mahiro participates and wins Beat City. He deserves to get GBU stage. I would be happy to see that, of course, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy that we chilled down by the end of the stream. But I think this is needed sometimes to just let those emotions a little bit out and get some feedback on that, on the emotion part too, and get some, because the worst part about the internet is that you just put your negative energy out there and it's just lingering, and there's usually nothing to neutralize it. So yeah. We'll see. I hope people can chill. I'm happy to be transparent about my list, and I could be just kind of hiding and let things cool down and say nothing about it. I think it's better this way, so everybody can let it out, and we can have a kind of conversation about it, even if it's a little bit heated, and hopefully we can go from there a little bit stronger, and maybe next year a little bit chiller, or more solution and future driven than just being in the pain of disappointment or whatever it is. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. Big up Zulu, thank you, and I'm happy that you liked it. I love Loop Mayhem. I gotta be honest with you. It's the first one is kind of saved my life. No wordplay involved, like literally. Loop Mayhem has an amazing crowd and amazing energy, free of battle tension, and all about just the love of music, love of art, and love of looping. And that's it. Yeah. Thank you, Maru. Appreciate it. It's yeah. Yeah. I hope that it's gonna be, and I'm just teasing you again, but there's something happening really soon, and hopefully the community will take it well and with open arms, and the best intentions are behind it, 100%. So I really hope everybody will like it. Well, maybe not everybody, but hopefully most people will like it, like the idea of it, like everything. And yeah. There are a lot of things in movement, but be patient, be cooperative, and by the way, the doors to have great, well thought ideas through to Swiss Beatbox is always open. Even if they don't answer you for whatever reason, messages can be lost, text me. They are always open to talk. Write your ideas, clear your ideas, pitch them, and they might be in. We are like, they are always open to it, and I experienced it firsthand. I did the same. I was like texting them about some stuff, and they appreciated and implemented, and ever since we are in talks. So yeah, if you have revolutionary ideas how to make everything more fair, better, stronger, everything, just go for it. Like yeah. Hopefully one day we will live to the point where the voices of the angry, pointless critiques is less loud, and the voices of the cooperative critiques and appreciations is louder. Overall, I think that if anybody has anything to say about the top 5, who's at the end of the day matters the most in any category so far, wow, it's never been cleaner in my opinion. That the level is so high that it's kind of anybody's game, but also there are some wildcards that was obvious for everybody, and those are in. So the hard part is done, you know. So so many things, so many emotions, which is good. We just have to use those emotions well, so we work for a unified goal, which is for beatboxing and looping to be a main thing, a mainstream thing, and to be kept about love and music. And yeah, that's it. Anyways, so yeah, take care, guys. Much love. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Easter weekend if you celebrate that. And yeah, just be kind of as chill as possible, and as reasonable as possible, as cooperative as possible, and things gonna be great. What you put out, you're gonna get it back 100%. And yeah, just be open and always ready to learn, and Yeah. That's it. Enjoy. Take care. Yeah. Take care, guys. Bye. If you have anything else, text me. Bye.